3, 2, 1, and we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the live stream. So real quick before we jump into it, I had to take a couple of weeks off from playing my blind first playthrough. One because of work, and then the other was because I got summoned for jury duty, and that's just been a fucking nightmare. Don't really want to discuss it because it's going to put me in a bad mood. But anyways, all that's taken care of, so now I can actually fucking play the game, hopefully without too many interruptions. We are at the end game. I did, during the time off, briefly, I made a new character, a mule character, so when I decide to go back, replay the game, I've got a very good template character that I can jump into and have a lot more flexibility for experimentation. In all honesty, I was kind of glad to have been able to take a little bit of a break from the game because as much as I enjoy and appreciate how much content we got with this game, I tend to suffer from burnout from pretty much any and every game I've ever played, even if it's one of my favorite games, even God of War. But to be fair, I played God of War like 3 times in a row, so of course I got a little burned out. But I know some people can play the game, any game, over and over and over again continuously and never get burned out, but I do. I'm just that type of person. I'm that way with just about anything in life. I have to keep things mixed up. I can't always do the same thing. My mind just doesn't work that way. I have to constantly be changing things up. But anyways, coming to my point, I was starting to feel a bit of burnout. I would say once I got to the Frost area, which kind of tells me, for me, and this is just me, I'm not going to say that other people are going to be this way, I almost kind of feel that the game probably should have ended over here and made this DLC. Again, you know, there's still a lot more content to complete from what I understand, but that's just kind of where I'm coming from and where I feel about it. And it's not because I don't appreciate it. I'm glad we got, the content we had, but I think a big part of the problem too, and why some people may disagree, and that's okay, is I did every dungeon, every catacomb, every friggin' dungeon. If I missed it, I went back and did it. So I found pretty much every nook and cranny in the game. So that also plays a big factor. Whereas from what I've seen from other people playing through, they didn't do that, or they're not doing that. There's very few people that actually are going through the game on their first playthrough and unlocking every grace and doing every dungeon. And I can tell because when I look at their map and I see where they're at in the game, I mean, like, they have maybe 50% of the game covered. So I think that could be why I started to suffer the burnout where others may not. So anyways, that's kind of where I feel where I'm at. I may have to adjust the volume because I did make a few changes to the audio during the time when I was off. Actually, quite a bit of changes. I'm also updated to GPU encoding, and I've had ability to test that, and it worked really well. And so this day 21 that we're on now is going to be a new encode versus CPU encoding, mainly for the recording. So I'll have to probably adjust the volume a bit because I did make some changes to the audio. So I do remember where I left off for the most part. We killed Melina, and there are a few things like in this snow area that could still be done. I'm not going to do them. Like this tower over here, and then there's like I think one of those dragon worms over here, where it's either there or over here, but a lot of this is dead space. I think there's another little area right here. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not a spellcaster. I'm not going to be getting any more upgrades. I'm already max level, so you know, yeah. So maybe on a Fallout playthrough, maybe I'll investigate this a little bit more, but I feel like I'm good. So there was something else I wanted to cover. Oh, so I do need to go back to this area and get a talisman. Because I don't believe I got it. I did get it on my mule character, but nope. So it's a damage reduction talisman. So we'll go for that. I'm probably going to die a bit because I'm a little bit rusty. I mean, even though I made the mule character, that wasn't really playing. Most of that was just running past all the enemies and just grabbing what I wanted. So let's... I'm going to have to remember what... I know where the talisman is, but getting to it, that is the question. Let's try porting over here. I might have to port a bit. Oh. I almost forgot. Millicent's Quest. So, yeah. I actually researched this before, but because I haven't played, I can't believe I almost forgot this. I can't believe I actually remembered. Okay, so apparently, Millicent's Quest, we kind of screwed up, but I think we can fix it. Because I believe I reloaded my save. So after you defeat Melina, you're supposed to actually help Millicent kill these invaders or whatever. So I did that, and then you're supposed to collect some items from her, and then you come back over here and you, I don't know, interact with this. And you get like a upgrade stone or whatever. And I didn't know how to do that. And I went to go find her and I couldn't find her. So I assumed I fucked up the quest. I did and I didn't. I can actually still do it. So I will go ahead and do that now. I can't believe I just remember that. 'Cause it's been like 2 weeks since I'm trying to remember how to get back to her. So she's basically at the part where I fight the worm, the last worm that we killed. Okay, the talisman we want is actually right above. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to go to one of the other. Yeah, maybe over here. Yeah, this is where we want to be. Okay, cool. I gotta literally learn to play the game. So let's see. We don't have our bow on. So you can't even, I don't even think you can see her from over here, but she's over there. But this is what I missed. So after you kill this worm and you help her with the invaders, you're supposed to come over here and talk to her. And this is easily missed. I know, because I missed it. Because you can't really see her. She's like hidden really well.
Oh. Hello. Thank you for lending your hand. Without your help, I could not have defeated that quartet. I feel as if I've been in your debt from beginning to end. Thank you. With your help, I was able to live as my own person, if only in passing. But this is where things end. I paused to even tell you, but I took out the needle myself. Tell whoever put you up to this that if I am to flower into something other than myself, I would rather rot into nothingness as I am. Please, let me pass alone. The scarlet rot writhes now, worse than ever. Soon, I won't be more than a mound of flesh, curse-laden. Untouchable. I wouldn't want such a thing to bring you harm. Please, the scarlet rot soon, curse-laden. I wouldn't want...
Okay, so now we're supposed to, I believe, reload the game. I could just warp, but should save a little bit of time. And then she dies. And then you get the alloyed needle. Unalloyed gold needle, excuse me. And then I think her body, if you reload again, will actually just be gone. And then now, if we go back to where we kill Melina, we can interact with that thing. And then we can also go back to that asshole, her foster father, who pretty much is just a fucking prick, really. Kind of a tragic story. I think we can do that first, so... Yeah, so now we can interact with it, which we couldn't do before. And we get the upgrade mat, and then we get Maquilla's needle, which I don't really know what that's for. And then now we go back to her foster father, this asshole. He actually does anything.
Millicent. Melania, do you detest us so utterly? Millicent. Melania, do you detest...
Fuck off. What an asshole. Alright, now that he's fucking dead, let's go see about getting that talisman. And then after we get the talisman, we're gonna warp here and I guess head up here and start pushing to the end game. Not exactly sure how to get over there. I think I need to go... No. Let's try here. Yeah, I think this is the way to go. So we have to get into that opening there, and that'll drop down, and then the talisman is up at the top there. And now I think about it, see if we can do a little bit of stealth action. I don't know if that's going to work too well in these. I wish I'd have had this talisman for the Millicent fight. Or no, Melina, excuse me. I don't know if we went up around over there. I don't think we did. Oh, okay. So wait a minute. There's a ladder there. I know we cleared all the bottom down there. Anyways, let's get this talisman. I think it's in a chest behind that asshole. I'm not really sure. This might take a couple of tries. Let me get my bow. Yep, that ain't gonna work. God damn it. Probably could just jump right down there and grab it. Damn, that one's strong. It's got a lot of motherfucking health. Now this fucking talisman would have been very helpful for the Melina fight. Like really fucking helpful. Hopefully it'll be helpful going into the end game. Basically what it does is it increases the damage mitigation for physical attacks. So like my physical is about 37 now. So it boosted up like quite a fucking bit. Went from like 21 to 37. All right, now that we got that, let's get the fuck out of here. I'm guessing we take the chain. Oh, wow. Okay. This looks like I would die from gravity if I drop in there. Unless it's like kind of deceptive and it ports you or something. Maybe I can drop over there and then drop down in there. Maybe go the other way. Don't get us fucking killed, Torrent. There's a grace. Okay, well, if you get us killed, at least we got a backup. But don't get us killed. I got that grace. To be fair, I can't exactly blame Torrent for that. You know, we were kind of testing the waters. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I think I might see how we get down there. What was that? I'm assuming I'm in the right place. I mean, there's a grace here. Fuck. Oh, I think I lost my runes. Yeah. Oh well. Fuck it. Okay. Like, it looks like one of those little things that goes down in there. Looks like we could just climb down, but I don't know. It almost looks like it'd be a boss, like a boss room. Shit, I don't think I have too many more of those stones. Oh, there they are. Yeah, I don't have any of those rune fragments. That fucking sucks. Wait a minute. It says I have 26. Ah. Fuck! Okay, that didn't break. Okay, what the fuck? Those things are supposed to shatter if they land on a surface that you cannot land on. Now I'm gonna have to make a clip of that later. All right, Torrent, you get a freebie on this one. If we die, it's not your fault. From Software is really enjoying insulting my intelligence with this one. See, it didn't shatter, but if I drop right there, I'm gonna die. At least that's what's been happening. Yeah, so these things are supposed to shatter when you cannot land on a surface. But yet I'm dying anyways. That kind of breaks the mechanic of using these fucking things. Wait a minute. Maybe I'm supposed to use a key item or something. Maybe we're not ready to come here yet. Maybe that's it. Shit, his body's still here. Like fucking beef jerky. guess I'm going to have to look this up because I don't know what the fuck to do here. I've run around the complete perimeter. There's no drop down on the opposite edge, at least nothing that I've been able to find. Dropping on the inside edge, every place I've tried to drop has resulted in death. The rune stones don't work as far as shattering. Hold on, let me interact with this Grace. Listen to the sounds of flame. Maybe that's what we need to do. Run around like an asshole this whole fucking time. I could have just done that. Okay. So I kind of got lucky there because to interact with the Grace, the only reason I thought of that as a last thing to try was because of one other mechanic in the game that I discovered. In fact, I didn't even discover it. I had to go look it up. Is when you get Ranni's doll and you're supposed to talk to the doll by interacting with the Grace, which activates that wolf dude, Baal or Bear or whatever the fuck his name is. Yeah, that could easily be missed. Where the fuck are we? Oh, okay, we're at this, okay, I know where we're at. We actually were on the outskirts, maybe over here. Okay, so when we took the, what was it? Yeah, we took the port from over here And that put us over here, but we couldn't get over here. I see. Okay. And I notice we're stuck here. Can't even warp. Looks awesome. We need to switch up our flasks. Well, our damage seems to be comparable. Which I was expecting these to take like 4 or 5 hits to kill, considering what we experienced in the snow area. Oh, okay, a grace. And let's fix our flasks. So if you drop here, you can't get back up unless you want to warp. All right. Oh, hell. Wow, that's a lot of health there. Oh, no, don't knock me off, please. What the hell is it doing? You know what? Just gonna two-hand this shit. All right. I can't see a fucking thing. I don't even know where its health is. Oh, I can't fucking see you, dude. That's awesome. Awesome. Nice hitbox you got there. Wow, I actually hit him. Nope. I don't want to be in the fire. Man, the hitboxes fucking suck. Like so many fucking hits of mine were missing because this fucking hitbox doesn't match his fucking model. I couldn't heal. I don't know what ability he was doing, but he was doing something to where it kept interrupting my ability to do any actions, and it was perfectly timed to prevent me from healing. Whatever that is. It doesn't do damage, but it interrupts you constantly. It's like a constant dot or a tick. I love that I can't fucking see what he's doing. Like, got my camera pointed up in the air, still can't fucking see what he's doing. We can get a headshot on him. Yeah, that, whatever that is. It doesn't do damage, it just interrupts. Tail swipe. Go tail swipe. You know you want to. Ah, man. He's very hard to hit because his hitbox does not match his model. Not hard though. It's a pretty easy fight. It's just really annoying. actually hit him. Amazing. Oh, I got a headshot. Well, kind of. Yeah, I fucking dodged that. That was bullshit. I can't see where the fuck he's at. Gonna die again. I got a headshot, finally. I'm gonna try to get another headshot if I can. Oh, that's great. He's dead. I'll warp back and refresh my flasks. So the fight is actually really easy. What's difficult is you think you're within range to hit him, and at least for me, and most of the time you're not. And it could just be this particular weapon, but the hitbox just isn't matching up with the model. There were just too many instances where I clearly would have hit him and it just wasn't connecting. Outside of that, it's an easy fight. Should not have died that much at all, really. Grace. Did not expect another grace so soon. See, this doesn't make any fucking sense. Why are you getting all these stones at the end of the game? Like, this doesn't make any fucking sense at all. Like, these stones you should have been getting back in, I would say, this area at the end, or at least at the very beginning of this area. This makes no fucking sense. Have a ton of unique upgrades. Like if I wanted to upgrade some unique weapons, I got plenty, but where I'm lacking is the regular. Yeah. Like the balancing between the regular weapons and unique weapons is so fucking uneven. It's ridiculous. Why you would only need one stone for each upgrade for unique, and you need like, was it 2, 3, and no, 2, 4, and 6 to go up 3 per 3 levels, and you've got to go all the way up to 25. That makes no fucking sense whatsoever. We could either go up here or continue on this way. So another issue with balancing is these enemies are literally dying in 2 shots, whereas the enemies that were let's see, over, I think it's these ruins here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So these enemies over here take literally, I think if I'm fully buffed, I think I can kill them maybe in 4 shots. But if you're not, like what I was just now, takes 6 fucking shots. And we're talking full jumping attacks. Whereas these enemies here are taking 2 and barely even needing to. Like, that makes no fucking sense whatsoever. And this is the beginning of a whole new zone. This is endgame. Makes no sense. And my weapon is not upgraded. And my level, like, I barely went up in level. Because by the time I got to the frost area, when I was over here, I think I was like 135 or something like that. And I'm now like, let's see, 152. And there's not that big a difference in the damage as far as like what I'm putting out. Like, in my opinion, these should probably be taking like the 4 to 5 hits to kill, and the other one should have been more like 2 to 3 when it comes to damage. I'm sure there's builds out there that can do it, but for a quality build for like what I'm doing, it just isn't fucking balanced right. Not even close. Like, almost one shot. I can almost one shot these things. In fact, let's try something. So now I'm fully buffed. Yeah, I can one-shot these. That's crazy. I couldn't do that with those fucking things in the beginning of that frost area. Like, fully buffed, it would take about 4 fucking hits. I do like the design of this area, though. It's pretty cool. Okay, it looks like there's an elevator there. Caster. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Another conclusion I've come to about this game versus some of the other games, I strongly believe this game probably favors dex and faster weapons because of how much damage is in this game and how quick enemies are. Enemies in this game are much quicker. Most of them. There are some slow hitting enemies for sure. But I would say most of the enemies have a quicker attack, which would mean you would want a faster attack to be able to counter. Doesn't mean you can't do well with a strength build or whatever, but I would argue that based on what I've experienced so far, I think Dex would probably be more favorable. Whereas in Dark Souls, you know, I did both. Let's see, Dex and strength, and I found that strength weapons are more favorable. But enemies are much slower in that game too. Okay, so we could either take this elevator or go out that way. Oh, wait a minute. From Software put out a tweet, I think it was yesterday. Oh, yeah, it would have been a good idea to hit this up. And apparently they are listening to feedback from the player base. Now, I don't know where they're getting their feedback from. Oh, that's nice. At the end of the game when I don't really need it anymore, but sure, whatever. But apparently they're looking at still continuing to balance the game. So I think what I may do is maybe around the holidays, since I generally do like a Souls game around that time of the year, maybe I'll revisit this. Do another playthrough, maybe use my template character, see if they've made any, because that's going to be about 6 months from now, and they'll probably make a few more balancing changes at that point. Oh shit, there's another one of those fucking dragons? It's a lot of these dragons. So we could either go this way, or we can go where are we at on class? Oh, we're good. Or we could take this elevator. So, real quick, I want to talk about the miner's balls because I think that that should be changed. They probably won't do it, but I think it should be changed. So, in the beginning of the game, you start out obviously in this area, and then you generally will migrate down to here. But the way you're supposed to play, and the way that I believe they intend for like a first playthrough, is you do this play area, and then you go down here, and then you head up to Stormvale Castle. Or you could skip this area, in the beginning, go do Stormvale, and then maybe backtrack later to do this. But it appears that based on the level of difficulty, that do all of this, then come down here, do this, move into Stormvale, and then you can start progressing through this. You could dip in a little bit over here, but not too much. you generally pick up level 1 stones and level 2 stones in this area. You can get some level 3s in Stormvale, but it's very they're a bit rare. You can sometimes get them to drop, but they're really rare. However, once you start getting over here, you start getting level 3s quite regularly. And I think as you progress, you start getting even level 4s as you go up here. And then you actually start getting level 5s and 6s over here. But what's interesting and what I disagree with from a design perspective is this particular dungeon here is where you get the smithing ball, which unlocks unlimited purchasing of level 1 and level 2 stones. I disagree with that design choice. I think that miner's ball should be probably like down here. You know, maybe either put it as a reward from killing this boss, or at the very least have it as a reward for killing Godric. That's what I would do. Because if you think about it, level 1 and level 2 stones only get you so far. I think, let's see, I think level 1 gets you 1, 2, and 3, and then level 2s get you 4, 5, and 6. So you'll have a level 6 weapon by the time you're done in this area, which is where most people would be. But the thing about it, and why I think they should do that, is because it gives you the option to have multiple weapons that you can upgrade and experiment with. Because as a first playthrough, you really can't do that. You don't really have the luxury of being able to experiment with different weapons. And especially if you're new to these games, which a lot of people are, you would want to encourage the option for people to experiment with different weapons versus people who are Souls veterans. Then, after you get the miner's ball for that, as you progress through this area, at the end of the area, maybe for this boss, or even killing this boss, and at the very least killing the worm boss over here, then you get the miner's ball for unlimited level 3 and 4, which you actually get over here. So I think probably 3 and 4 should probably be maybe this boss, or this boss. I probably wouldn't put it this far in. Of course, you don't even have to do this boss if you get both of the pieces or whatever. And then level 5 and level 6 should be, you know, somewhere, you know, over here. Maybe even put it over here. When you kill the boss over here, you get the level 5 and 6. And then put, you know, 7 and 8, I wouldn't put over here. In fact, 5 and 6 could be either here or here. And then put 7 and 8, maybe towards the end of this. And then let me look at this real quick, because so I think you get, let's see, isn't there a 9 and 10, or is it just 7 and 8? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, maybe not. Let me go back to the map, because if it's only 7 and 8, then I still agree. 1 and 2 down here, 3 and 4 over here, 5 and 6 unlimited unlock. Yeah, I think this would be a good middle ground, because this is when you go to do this area is technically more in-game, or not in-game, but end of like this main area, and it could be argued even with this. So putting it in the middle with like this boss over here, I think would be a good middle ground. So get 5 and 6 there, and then 7 and 8. Somewhere in here. I wouldn't put it as an in-game, like after you kill the boss here, because I mean that's kind of pointless considering the damage that you're outputting versus what you're receiving. because you're also getting in-game stones when you get to these bosses. So that doesn't make sense to, yeah. So the 7 and 8 probably should be, you could put it at the end here, going into this area, or put it like either at the beginning or in the middle of this area. That way you have weapons that you can upgrade, because you're already getting the in-game stones to upgrade to max level, but you don't have a variety of 7 and 8s to even be able to do that. That's one of the reasons why, like, for example, like this shield right here, like this still has a lot more upgrading I can do to it, but I haven't done it. Well, I can do it now because I've progressed a bit more, but I couldn't do that because I didn't have the stones. But I had the stones as far as like the in-game stones to be able to do so. I have like 4 of them that I still haven't used. Same here. And it's all because of this fucking wall that they put with, like, these are the main problems. The somber stones are fine. There's no problems with these. Like, you get plenty of these. I think they're very well balanced throughout the game. Actually, there's some problems with those too, but it's more in favor of the player versus against the player. In fact, I would argue that these should be reversed a little bit. Some of these you get a little bit too early, whereas some, like for example, you get 8 and 9, you get those practically at the beginning of the game. You can get 8 and 9. Where is it? Over here. You get 9 there, and you get 8 over here, and you get I believe 6. Is it? I think 6 or something is over here, and then you get 1, 2, and 3 from this dude, the blacksmith. So then you just need 5, which I believe you get 5. You can pick up 5 on one of the roads over here or whatever. And then 7 is the big one, because that's when people have been doing the jumps, trying to get, do the skip. And then the last one is another easy one to get, because all you got to do is Varus's quest, and then you get to be able to come over here. You can skip all this and go directly to 10 and get the 10. So horribly imbalanced, especially when you compare it to the other stones. But I don't know what the fuck From Software was thinking when they put this shit in the game. It just makes zero fucking sense. And then on top of that, it's not even getting it. I gotta fucking rant here, because this is stupid too. So the sword seals. So let's see. Did I? Oh no, okay. I don't know why I still have this one. I was getting confused. Okay, so this motherfucker, you literally get, or for the most part can get, at the beginning of the game. It's very easy to get. All you gotta do is go over to this fucking fort over here, which when you take the warp to come over here from D's quest or whatever, you can just run over here and grab that fucking sword steel. However, the caster version, you don't get that until literally the end of the fucking game, which is that's actually right there. Why the fuck would they do that? Like, so what they should have done is the sword seals, because there's 2, the low end and then the high end. The low end could be, I would argue maybe in this area, both of them. Both the low end should be probably in this area, or at the beginning of this area where you can kind of explore a bit. And then the high end ones, the ones that both give 5 to each stat, should be something that is like in this area or in this area, or put one here and one over here and split it up like that. That way you're getting it at a time where it's not overpowered. You can still use it and the damage you're receiving is still comparable, but you're not getting it too early and you're not getting it too late. So again, horrible balance issues. Anyways, enough of the rant. Let's see where this goes. It sounds like those death blight things. Is that going to be a boss, like that platform? Is there a boss that's going to like jump on me? I have a feeling this is going to be a boss. Okay, I was right. I hear something. Oh, it's another one of these fucking dragons. Wow, that one fucked me up. Hey, stomping my nuts. Get knocked off this fucking platform. This one's doing a lot more AoE damage. Yeah, that was a little bit different. Instead of doing like all that, I guess, red electrical damage, it was doing like more like ground stomping AoE damage, which is doesn't really have an animation for. I mean, you see a little bit of like the smoke buildup, but it's a little bit more difficult to detect. But definitely weaker than the other. Oh, I know where we're at. Yeah, I see where we're at. So it looks like the tree is on fire. I mean, that's kind of what we saw from the animation, but it kind of cuts so you don't really see the full thing. Is this just a dead end? Hey, Junaid, how you doing? Yeah, thank you for asking. Yeah, I had to take, a couple weeks off because of, I mentioned before I had that jury duty bullshit, and that really fucked my schedule for work and everything. Yeah, dude, it is crazy hot right now. Let me check the temperature, but I sent you a photo in Discord, and it was like 104. Yeah, it's 100 degrees right now in San Antonio. And here's a scary thing. We're not even in peak of summer yet. At least here where we're at. Peak of summer is August. Like the last week or two of July and all of August is like the hottest point. And if we're already at 100 degrees right now, what is it going to be like in August? I mean, it's a little scary because the highest I've ever seen in San Antonio is 104. Like what I sent you the other day. That's the highest I've ever seen. But I'm expecting it to maybe even push to 110 in August, which would be crazy. I mean, that's like people die from that shit. Like I can't even go for my walks anymore during the day. I have to do it at night. Like I went for my walk last night. It was 90 degrees and it was like 11, 12 o'clock at night. 90 degrees. It's crazy. What's the temperatures like over there in England? I've already picked my next game. So, because I know you've been asking me. So once I'm finished with Elden Ring, I'm moving on. Man, temps like that you're getting, yeah, definitely. So the next game I'm going to play is a game that I've been wanting to play for a while. And considering the sequel is supposed to be out somewhat soon, it's been pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. Hollow Knight. I'm going to do Hollow Knight. Couple reasons why I'm doing it. One, I've been told it's a really good game and I've been putting it off for a while. Two, the sequel is due out sometime this year, or at least that's what's expected, but it's been getting constantly pushed back. That's not a complaint, just, an acknowledgement. And the other reason is, because our temperatures are so hot right now here in Texas, Hollow Knight is not a very demanding game. So my system power and the heat that it's going to output for playing a game like that will be far less than trying to play a game like, Metro Exodus or Days Gone or Horizon Zero Dawn. So I think I'm probably going to hold off and just, maybe do more 2D games, at least for peak of summer. And then once fall comes around, then I could probably jump back in. Yeah, Hollow Knight is it's a 2D Metroidvania type of game. I've had it for a while. I just, just never really got around to actually playing it. And I was kind of disappointed with Metroid Dread. They did some good things with it, but I would argue if you are an old timer like myself who played the original Metroid games, you probably didn't like it as much because it kind of broke the formula of what Metroid was supposed to be. Even a lot of the old school like Metroid fans even said that Hollow Knight is a better version of Metroid than Metroid Dread. Doesn't mean Metroid Dread didn't do good things. There were some good things, but they just didn't stick to the formula. I thought I'd kill him before he'd get that blight off. But yeah, I'm going to do Hollow Knight next. And I had thought about doing a second playthrough of this game after I complete it, but I love this game. This game is great, but I do suffer from what is known as, I guess, burnout, where after I play a game for a while, I get a little bit burned out. And so the 2-week break that I was able to take kind of helped a little bit with that. But like I feel like the itch has been scratched, and I'm mostly pleased with it. There, I've got good things and bad things to say about the game, or criticism. But I'm definitely ready to move on to another game. So just to give my quick perspective here. Let me do it with the annotations, because that'll be a little bit easier. It doesn't look like I can zoom out much more. So, in my opinion, I feel that the game should be all of this and all of, well, like what I had already circled. All of that, I think, should have been what I would call main game. And then all the content after that probably should have been DLC. Because it's just so much content. And it gets to the point where it's just like, you kind of want the game to be over. Like it's too long. And, but to be fair, and again, I don't know if you've given the game a try yet or not, if you do not do like all the dungeons, yeah, it's very overwhelming. If you don't do all the dungeons like what I did, like I did every dungeon in the game. If you're not doing that, then it's not going to be, I would say it's fine. But if you go and do all the dungeons, you're trying to collect all the ashes, the spells, and all that little extra stuff, it should have stopped here. This should have been the end of the game, and then all this after should have been DLC. And maybe even 2, because they're probably going to release a DLC. And there's nothing wrong with doing 2 DLCs. You could do 1 DLC that comes out 6 months, a year later, and then do another one 6 months after that. I wouldn't do any more than 2, though. That's what I would have done, because it is a lot of content. And it almost makes it to the point where, like, it becomes, like, for me, it becomes to the point where it's like you may not appreciate it as much. Because I know, like, once I got to this area, I was already starting to feel burnout. So it was kind of like, I was kind of ready for the game to have been wrapped up. But that's just my opinion, I mean, again, you don't have to do every single dungeon, down here and all the rest of the content. But, I mean, it's there for a reason, so... Blight still almost got me. I'm probably gonna have to, I don't know if I can cure this crap. So when you or if you do decide to give the game a try, I wouldn't, play it however you want, but I probably wouldn't recommend doing what I did and trying to do every dungeon. The problem is if you're doing it blind, it's your first playthrough, you kind of want to just go through the game, and you want to explore, and you might need to go to a specific dungeon because there might be something you need later, and you're not going to know unless you do it. So obviously for a second playthrough, which I created my mule character, it's finally done. I can go through the game now at a fraction of the time. I would say that's somewhat fair. It's a double-edged sword for sure. As an artist, when I went to art school, I can tell you it doesn't do you any favors being a perfectionist as an artist, because you're always trying to make it better and better, and sometimes by making it better and better, if you're working on a piece of art, you end up overworking whatever you're working on, and then it ends up sucking or getting destroyed. So I know there was a spell in here. So I think, like, if I give any advice on going into this game, oh shit, this thing requires, oh, that's not it. Don't worry about trying to do every dungeon. And I wouldn't even worry about, like, if you need to look something up, just look it up. Try to figure it out on your own, but, because it's just going to be a big time sink. And that's been a big problem too. I mean, I wanted this game to be done by the end of May. I started it the second or third week of April, and I still wasn't done by the end of May. That's part of, like, that's kind of why my schedule got fucked up. I didn't expect it to take this long. And it's not even because I was dying a lot. It was because I was exploring every nook and cranny. I know there was a spell that I got that cures blight. I'm gonna have to look in the in my storage, but anyways. Yeah, being a perfectionist is not always a good thing. I hope there's nothing to the left. I was kind of concerned that there was going to be an enemy over here because I couldn't see. I was like, oh, hope I don't get screwed there. But yeah, if you're working out, dude, be careful with that sun, man. Make sure you're drinking lots of water. Put on sunscreen. If you can do your workouts, try to do it later in the day or earlier in the morning. If you have to do it at night, do it at night. That's what I'm doing. Okay. You know what? Since I'm not doing jumping attacks, let's go with that.
Boy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, actually, it's good to do it in, warmer temperatures, but not like this. This is dangerous heat. Like, because the more you sweat, the better, because you're going to get out all the toxins in your body. You're going to burn fat. So that's why saunas are really good, even if you can do a sauna. But the heat that we're experiencing from the sun right now it's dangerous. So that's why I say, you know, like I did, like, let's say I did 4 miles last night, and I think I wasn't like drenched in sweat when I got done, but I did a pretty good sweat. And the reason why I walk instead of running is because my joints are fucked up. I'm too old for that shit. And walking, it's just as good and from the exercise standpoint, but it's not as good when it comes to cardio. If you want to build cardio, you want to run. Running will build your cardio. But I'm not worried about cardio. I just want to, you know, just try to stay in shape, so to speak. Cardio's never been my strong point. You know what? Let's try. Oh shit, this didn't do hardly any damage. Shit, I'm gonna die. Fuck. Alright. I'm gonna see if I can get that spell. I was hoping I'd kill him before he'd get that blight off, but the problem with the blight is even if he dies, it lingers. It's like a cloud. If you do stand behind them, it's not too bad. Let me see if I got I think I have a spell that will cure it. Here it is. Okay, so I need some int. Probably put on a mask for int. So I need 2 points of int. I know these give int, I just don't know what they do, so I'm just gonna take a look. Actually, these also, some of these I think give int. That reduces my FP. You know what I might do? Instead of doing that, yeah, my stamina seems fine, so maybe let's do... yeah, let's do that. now we can put on this spell. There was a... Oh shit. Missed a shiny over here. I might be going the wrong way. Oh no. Oh, fuck. There's a bunch of them over here. I wonder if I can get a backstab on him. Okay. Seems to work fairly well. Oh, since I was not able to do that. Attacks work pretty well on those. Okay, we're... Okay, there they are. Shit. I didn't even notice this ladder before. Let me see if I can get my runes and we'll come back and check it out.